Hello guys, this is Kathy with Kincaid Special Creations. Timmy got me a heat press for Christmas and we are doing an unboxing and a trial.
Everybody, welcome to a unboxing. Timmy got me a new heat press that does multiple things, as we'll show you after we get it open. And we just wanted to unbox it for you. Show you how it's a very heavy box for me. Timmy thought it was nothing, but you know, for me it was heavy. So we're going to take the scissors and undo it. Now I may have to undo it all the way across. There we go. Handy, you want to do the other side? Alright. So here we go. It is a 8-in-1 heat press. We're going to take the styrofoam off. Well, I guess we better take this part out first. This is one of the pieces that we got. We'll show you what it does in a minute. This is the control panel. This is another piece we got with it. Got a lot of nice little pieces in here. It's an 8-in-1. Got one more something. Okay. Yeah, these are other ones that we got. There's a two-in-1 in here. Here's the little tool that you put anything together with, or...
Oh, it came with a tool. All right, cool.
And... didn't think this through.
Maybe tip it.
Okay. We're going to tip it forward.
Watch out, Sam.
Hold fire.
Yeah, I'll get a hold of it.
Got it?
And then we get the box out of the way. And here is what she looks like. That is what you call a heat press tool.
Okay.
Now, they said the ones that you want to get are the ones that slide away. And voila! We didn't even know that when we ordered it. We thought it would be one of those that, you know, presses up like that. But no. And this right here is what you heat press with. You put it down. This is your tensioner. That sets your degree of pressure that you need to do your t-shirts, whatever. Sorry guys, somebody's trying to call me. Okay. So when you lift this up and swing it away, you have this right here. With this right here, plugs into this. Each one of those items will plug into that. So you just stick that in there when it's plugged up. This is your cord. This is your temperature. They say to hit the set button, and it's up, we'll set it on whatever temperature you want. And if you need it to go down, that'll do. Once you get done, you hit the set button again. And you hit, the timer will come up. You set it for whatever time you want. Hit the set button. And then, when all that's done and you got everything in place and you want to do it, you hit the down button again, and that starts your machine to work. So we're gonna play with this over the next couple weeks and see what we can get done.
Yep. We'll get it all.
Sorry, Mandy.
That's okay.
This is what they call a Teflon sheet. This you put between the heat press and your item that you're putting the vinyl on. So you'll put your item down here.
Like a shirt.
Yeah. And you'll put, it'll have a protective sheet on the vinyl. Then you put this over top of it. You swing your machine around. When you got everything right, you push this down, lock it in place, and the controller will tell you when it's done. It'll give you a little ding to let you know that you're done. You simply lift it up, swing your machine away, and take your item off. And they say the difference in when you pull the plastic off of the vinyl that you're working on will tell you on the vinyl itself. Some of it is you take it off immediately, which is a warm peel. The other ones is a cold peel. You have to wait till the stuff cools completely down before you peel it off, so you don't pull your vinyl back up. So there we go. It also comes with 2 of those Teflon sheets. I thought that was pretty cool.
And they're reusable.
They're reusable over and over again, and you can buy replacements if you need to. They sell them at different vinyl shops. You can get them. Then these cushion they're heat resistant. They cushion your project so that you get a good push down.
Reminds me of carpet padding.
Yeah, yeah. But it's heat resistant, so it will go on. And they give 2 of them. So if you have a that's like if you have a t-shirt that has a lot of ridges, seams, stuff like that. You can put it in there and it'll raise the body of your t-shirt up higher than what the rings are, so that you can get a better pressure on it.
So does this go inside the shirt?
You can put it inside the shirt if you want to, or you can just simply put one of these inside the shirt. The only reason that you use these pretty much with the heat transfer vinyl is to keep because if you do especially if you do a sublimation thing, to keep the sublimation ink from coming through your product, your iron-on, and getting them to the bottom of your thing right here. Which it won't hurt it. You can clean it off. However, if you don't get it cleaned off completely, when you do your next thing and you don't have that protection layer between you, that's going to transfer from this to your product or your project. So just keep that in mind. And it's just a good habit to get into, to use these no matter what, because it's not going to affect the outcome, I don't think. But it will definitely preserve your machine for a longer use. And since we got 2 of them, why not? Right?
Right.
Okay, so this is the main press part. This, you put this on the side of it, right here, just like that, and then it's ready to go. You plug it in. It says to plug it in directly into the power outlet. That's why we're not trying it out here on the porch, because I just have an extension cord. They say do not use extension cords or surge protectors. Neither one of those are good. So just plug it straight into your power source. And when you're using it, always remember, this part of this machine gets extremely hot. It's like touching an oven after you cook the pan of bacon.
There's even a warning that says do not touch hot surfaces, so this may even get warm.
Yeah. Any of this top piece, this is what gets warm when you're using it. This is the part that gets warm. This don't so much, other than what heat's transferred from here to here, but this will burn you if you're not really careful. So, but anyway, that's the main part of it. And it don't move, so you're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
They said that if you had one of these that swung away like this, you wanted to be really careful and make sure you anchored it down onto your work surface, because you didn't want it to flop over. But as you can see, this 8-in-1 is built sturdy, and it's not likely it's going to flop over.
Right.
Got these nice big handles to get back and forth, so you're not having to touch the hot surface. So now these, I'll start with these. To use these, you can take this back off. And these are each individual. Okay, you just plug this into the power source, which is this thing. You just plug that in. This is what they call a plate press. You put a piece of vinyl that you want in the middle of a saucer or a big plate or a piece of wood if you want, and you put it down. Now this will actually, you'll take this part off and put these on right here. I am not going to do that right now, but that's how you work with that. And then you just use the same mechanism here to press it down.
Onto the plate.
Onto the plate. And that heat sets your vinyl into a plate.
So this big part will come off.
Yeah, that big
and
part
only
will.
This press will press on that
Yeah.
small thing into a plate. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And then there's 2 different sizes. That's for a saucer, and this is for a big plate.
Okay.
But see, when you put the screws in, you'll just put them in here. These 2 little screws will come out. You drop this piece off and slide it out of the way, and then you can put this back up and put those screws back in place. So this is done basically the same way. You do that, you can put it in here. You take those two screws out and put this in, and put this together like this. And now you can do hats.
Oh, okay.
Those little ball caps,
Yeah.
or any type of those type hats that has a rounded thing for your head.
Yeah.
Just put it in there, and you can make, like Mandy wanted us to check into making some hats for Jason's workplace.
Yeah.
So this will be a trial and error, and we'll video that when we do it.
Yep.
This one doesn't have to be put back in there. This is a cup press, because it comes with its own press. So you can put this out of here. Okay, this is for flat cups. This is for little flat cups. You just put them in there, slide them in, put this in place right here, put these little bolts in it, and then when you're ready to heat sink your infusible vinyl, let me see if I can get scoot back a little bit so I can get you out of there. There we go. Get this, it's actually turned around like this because it's plugged in. You just put your cup in there. You have your vinyl already heat taped on there, and do not use Scotch tape or packing tape or duct tape or anything to hold your pattern in place. Only heat tape, which you can get at any of the craft stores. But just get you some heat tape. And then you just press it together and hold it. And it will, after the timer goes off, you can release it. Let your cup cool down. Pull your cup out. And now you have either a vinyl cover or a sublimation covered cup. And you can write anything you want on that cup. The sky's the limit with this thing. And see, this is the bigger cup, like the 20-ounce cup, and this is the 11-ounce cup.
Like a tumbler
Well, not like so much like a tumbler,
or a coffee cup?
just a flat cup, not a cone cup like yours. However, you can put this adjustment in there, and now you can do the coffee cups.
Okay.
Two different sizes of the to-go cups. So
Okay.
you have, this all came with this one system. So now we can make all kind of good things. But I just wanted to share that with you. I was really excited Timmy got me that for Christmas. And me and Mandy are just going to play.
Yep, we're getting ready to set it all up, and
If we get really good at this, if you all want specialty t-shirts for an outing or, birthday party or anything, let us know. We can hook you up.
yep.
Well, by then we'll figure out how it's all done and what price we'll have to charge you.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know. Y'all have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay guys, it's on to the next part of the project. This part is using the Cricut to make your design with. You can buy designs on the internet or places. You can make sublimation patterns with the sublimation printer. I just have a Cricut with a laptop that's old, so I have to set the Bluetooth, the new or the Cricut Maker into this laptop so that it'll pair up together to do the cutting. And then you just go to your Bluetooth, add device. It'll search for it. When it comes up, you just say add and it will connect it in, and then you're ready to go. So all you got to do is press OK and clear out of all that and go back to your Cricut design space. I've already made a design, so we just wanted to make sure that the maker was plugged into it. We have to select the material that we're going to use on the left hand or excuse me, on the right hand side of that screen. You will see it says browse all materials. Once you browse the materials, you can just see a ton of different materials that it can cut. It cuts balsa wood, it cuts jute, it cuts canvas, it cuts fabric, it cuts a wide for all kind of cardstock, all kind of paper, all kind of felt. It will cut a lot of different items depending on what your project is. So, but today we are looking for everyday vinyl. So we'll get down to the bottom here in just a second. Just kind of going through scanning, being nosy, scanning how many different things that it will let you cut. So it's really good. My Aunt Joan uses it to cut out fabric pieces to do her applique work with. So um, it's a wonderful machine. It is very pricey. So if you're not into it that way, I wouldn't um, do it. You can probably find one at a yard sale or on eBay or something. So now I have to, it tells me to make sure that I have my vinyl, the mat side up, and that I've mirrored my pattern. So when you go into it, you can mirror the pattern on the bottom left hand side of the screen. I'm sorry, this is very late at night trying to get this done, so I apologize for yawning. So then when you hit that little button, it'll turn blue and it'll turn your pattern around backwards, so you're good to go. I'm checking everything to make sure that I have everything in the right, correct order so that I, can then switch over to my Cricut where I've put my vinyl in, because on that Cricut machine, it will have a little flashing light that tells me to load the vinyl into the machine. You can There's all different sizes of mats that comes with this. This one happens to be a 12 by 12. It does most projects. They got bigger ones, they got smaller ones, they got ones for the joy. So it's just whatever size you need. It just wants to make sure that there's enough area to do the cutting. You can have too much area, but you can't not have enough. So then you hit the little play button and it'll get ready to cut the KSK out of that little piece of vinyl. And it doesn't take very long right there. It's just adjusting the pressure and the depth that it needs to cut this KSK out of this piece of vinyl. That was a flash. Hanny showed her, or turned a flash on my camera that Mandy was using to film us with. Sorry about that. We're still, even though we've been doing this for a year, the camera stuff is still new to us. This editing stuff is very new to me. That's why I have got to set a day aside to do just the editing and get these things up on YouTube so that you can be expecting them. So this is what we're going to do now is called weeding. I'm cutting down this vinyl just so that you just have the piece that needs to be weeded, because you may have a word or something that you want to cut just in that little piece of vinyl that's left over. So never throw it away. You can always use it for something. You could use your thin look cutter and cut it out that way and weed it and make you a design. My computer keeps kicking off, so this is a weeding tool that you just use to weed the unwanted vinyl off of the uh, design that you want to keep. You just separate the clear plastic side from the vinyl. I found it's the easiest to go in where the letters have already been cut and pull up from there. That'll like give it a little suction cup release, and then you can pull that vinyl up and then just pull it off. Be very careful. Do it slowly because you do not want to tear your project after you've worked this hard on it. So just take your time, weed each of the pieces and parts. Now this is real easy because it doesn't have any like middle of the A's, R's, P's. It just has the KSK, which will then just pull out from all of it and leave the KS and K. But do take your time. I've done it the other way, and especially if you're weeding little letters, you'll end up not having all the letters that you need. So there we go. That is the pattern. And that's why you had to mirror it, because you're going to lay it down on your material like that, and so it'll be able to be read correctly. Now we're going to go on over to the heat press machine, and I'm going to play with it a little bit, trying to get it all figured out. Just sitting there playing, trying to figure out why it's not heating up. Well, You'll see in a second, I have a little cord that's supposed to go inside that power box. You'll see it right behind there that I had forgotten to plug in. So when we get that figured out, I'm just sitting there, just being me, playing. And then we finally figured out, Mandy tells me about this little cord that's back there. So we're trying to put it in. It has four little holes, or four little prongs, and one little uh, space. So you have to get it in there in just the right angle. And for whatever reason, my fingers would not do it. I tried 2 or 3 times to get that to go in there. It just was not playing fair with me. So when you're doing it, just have your patience and keep working because it does go in. Mandy comes to my rescue here in a second and she will put the cord in for me and screw it down. So just keep playing. I kept playing. I couldn't get it. So Mandy gets in there and fixes it for me. So there we go. We have it all in there ready to go. And it's starting to warm up. You'll see the numbers keep going up and up and up until we reach the desired temperature. Uh, it's a nice little machine, and when you get it figured out, it works really well. So we're just hanging in, waiting, watching, watch the snowdrops fall, I guess you'd say. Checking out the machine, working, looking around, trying to see how it's made, how it works. The top of it gets super, super, super hot. So when you're working with it, do not touch the top, especially when you get it up to speed. And here we've got our material that we want to work with ready to go. And we are going to use the machine, switch it around, and press that t-shirt for just a little bit, maybe 5 seconds or so, to get any moisture that's in it and any wrinkles that's in it all ironed out. That way we can put our vinyl on and it will be not have to worry about being any errors in it. When you pull the thing up, it'll be just as pretty as it can be. So we're just studying the machine, letting it heat up to it has to be 254, I believe, and now it has reached maybe 256. But there is a temperature up to speed, and actually that should have been set on 15 seconds, but we just iron it for 15 seconds uh, to get the thing done. Now I'm going to pull it around and press it down on there for the 5 seconds or so, just heat it up. And it's real simple. You don't leave it on there very long at all. It's just long enough to heat up the surface. And then you can pull it back out. It's got a little slide on it. You pull it out. You put your stuff on where you want it to go. Try to center it as best as possible. Get it in the area that you want. And then put that Teflon. You do not have to put the Teflon piece of paper on over heat transfer vinyl because that's what that little plastic thing is. But if you get in the habit of doing it, it's just better off because you don't have to take a chance of ruining anything if you're using a different type stuff. So there you go, and you hit your button, and we're going to let it go for 15 seconds. And then lift it up just to make sure. Well, I guess I did let it run the whole 30 seconds, but it should have been just 15 seconds. You pull it over. You pull off your uh, Teflon sheet. Trying to move because it's trying to burn the cord on the other side. So we're uh, unloosening the cord for one, so it'll turn better. Okay, then we take that off. I'm going to test it. It just seems a little squishy to me, so And I'm not sure what those little bubbles are, so I was like, we better do it a little bit long. We did not need to. It would have come off just fine. So then I put it back in there and we put it down. And now I think this is when we have it for just a few seconds. And then it just, like I said, this is our first time doing it, so it's trial and error, but I've watched several more and they say to do it at 3:05 for 10 seconds at a clip and then check your vinyl. And we're going to take it off because I'm not sure this one didn't have any words with it, so we don't know if we're supposed to take it off hot or cold, so we're going to lay it off to the side and then we'll take it off. Okay, we've let our project cool down, and now we are going to take the plastic off of the vinyl. I should have only done it for the 15 seconds to start with, but being my first time, it was trial and error. So it's a little harder to take off. It still works good, just means that the vinyl is on there really good, but you take a chance of scorching your stuff or whatever, so just do it at the 3:05, or go into Cricut.com and find out what the regular stuff is. They have a whole list of it you can use. Thanks for watching. Hope you like, subscribe, and share my channel. These are pictures that my daughter made and granddaughter made for our great-grandsons. Thanks for watching again. Bye-bye.